Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to another 12-minute Monday. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Joey.
All right, yeah, small couch reviews, 12-minute Monday. We are going to cover multitude of topics that we don't normally get to talk about, all in about 12 minutes or so. All right, the timer starts now. All right, Jovi. So Cinemacon wrapped up last week. We're gonna do a full recap of it later on this week.
Yes,
But
yes, 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 yes.
some things that are of note coming out pretty soon. The Final Destination, which which is called Final Destination Bloodlines. It's not actual The Final Destination, which we thought that series was over. But that's coming out
Yeah,
May 16th. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, the final
yeah.
Mission Impossible movie, coming out May 23rd. I'm pretty. There's no way it's the final Mission Impossible movie, but
I think it should be not
Megan 2.
because they're not good films, but like give the man a break.
And then Megan 2.0 comes out June 27th. Okay,
It's
yeah, you're
it's
right. You're right.
Megan versus another AI. I'm ready for it.
But the big news that I want to get your thoughts on, I'm going to make sure I read
Mhm.
this right. All right. Apparently, CinemaCon had there was a bit of beef going on, bro. So
Mm.
theater owners and studios got into a disagreement over why revenue was down. Apparently, compared to this time last year, revenue was down 10% in
Mhm.
theaters. And the studios are saying theaters need to, they need to be updated. They're kind of run down, rinky dink. You need to update your actual venues, and then
Mhm.
have more innovations, kind of like season passes. But theater owners are saying, hey, VOD is really kind of the culprit here, really, because
Mm.
there was an agreement that happened way back during COVID where they were like, hey, you know what, we'll give you after I think it's up to 17 days it stays in theaters, then they're allowed to release on VOD. And they're
Yeah.
like, they want to basically stop that. So I'm just
Mm.
curious, what do you think about this whole thing, man? Like, do you think one is more right than the other here?
No, I don't think it's either. It's not a one-sided thing. It is
I
a
agree.
truly, yes, update the theaters. We have gone to a few theaters where I'm sitting in a seat and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna fall through this. And then I go to one of our favorite theaters, the Alamo, and I'm like, this is great, this is awesome. They're trying to keep it up. Trying to keep the service side of it up, but you get to go see a great film. And you're comfortable, right? But then I can't really necessarily agree on, oh, we're not doing well because 17 days after the movie is out, you guys can just see it at home. So, that's the bad thing. I mean, sometimes after 2 to 3 weeks, if you didn't go see a movie in the theater, even before, straight to streaming services, you weren't going to go see that movie in that theater. You were going to go see whatever's out at that very moment and that week, that third week. You weren't worried about that film. So I don't see that. Um,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
we're components to small couch reviews of like, hey, if it needs to come out at home, bring it out at home. Like there's there's no reason to force things into the theater when people don't have $22 to go see a film right now.
Yeah, with prices being high. So that's my thing, bro.
Yeah.
I just Yeah, prices are crazy high right now for a lot of things. So I mean, I think our boy Brad said it on one of the former videos. Like, people are being more conscious about what they're spending their money on.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree. The theater experience is, it's cool. Like when me and you go to, even sometimes, even there are some AMC's, because sometimes the Alamo, people walking back and forth, it distracts me. But there are some
It
nice,
does.
nice theaters, man,
Yeah.
like a Cinemark or the AMC dine-in theaters that we go to that are dope, and you're
Yes.
like, all right, this is an experience that I'm paying for. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I don't want to do that every week. Sometimes I do
No.
want to sit at home and wait. Do I think that if a movie is not available on demand, maybe some people will go to the theaters more? Sure. Like, I mean, the day and date thing, I definitely think hurt. But you're right. If like 3 weeks later I haven't seen a movie, am I really thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go see this? That happened at least to me every so
Mm-mm.
often. I saw A Complete Unknown in theaters just
Yeah.
because I happened to be there. Like I think months after it came out, but
Yeah.
I would have watched that on streaming if it wasn't in theaters. So, well, again, I guess what we're saying is we're kind of leaning more towards what the studios were saying, where it's like, Yeah, I mean, I can see why you're saying, hey, they're coming out on streaming too fast, but at the same
Yeah,
time, if you really want to see that movie, I think you'll go see it opening weekend
but
or even the
and
weekend after.
I know. I mean, we're on a time at 12 minutes, but
Mhm.
I know we are in a major city like that. That also was a thing. So we have very, very nice theaters here. I can't say the same thing for the rest of the country, right? So I don't know what middle America is looking like right now. Like are you having these huge theaters that look like, Star Wars when Palpatine was talking in the middle of the council? Like is are we getting these grand theaters like from the AMC commercial that we all hate? Like those theaters, we
Yeah.
really don't even have those giant couch AMCs for real, for real. Oh,
Yeah, no, I was about to say, you beat me to it. Even we live in a major city and we have a lot of theaters that are not great. And
yeah,
even going to the
yeah,
theater, and then I'm gonna end with this. The theater experience sometimes is terrible. There are people who be talking, they be snoring, they be on their phones, they be screaming at the wait staff or whatever who's helping them.
yes.
So
Or
the
screaming
people in
at
the theaters and
security,
the
like,
theaters
"Oh, I can't
themselves.
sit
Yeah.
there."
I mean, it is what it is. But hey, curious what you guys think about this whole theater versus studios debate. Let us know what you think right down there in the comments. Moving on. All right. Hey, so this past weekend we did AwesomeCon.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we do not have much footage. Jovi does have a video. You went to Squid Games with the family, so that was dope.
Yeah,
It's only made it to Fridays. We did our panel. Can you guess that movie? It was great. If you were one of the people who were there, we appreciate you participating.
like,
If you're
for
one of the people
real.
who are not there, make sure you come next time.
Yeah,
We have prizes and everything. But
right.
yeah, so Jovi, I know you actually went more than me. Is there
Yeah.
anything that stuck out to you that you want to talk about or anything about your con experience?
Man, so Awesome Con is our family con, right? So we really
Hmm.
try to go to panels that all 3 of us were at least kind of enjoy, um, and there was few far in between. I mean, there was a lot of things to do, like always with Awesome Con, and they had an extra DJ on the top floor when you walk up in the convention center. That was
Hmm.
cool, and there was more. I feel like this year a lot more social than really, really panel heavy.
All right, now quickly now in the world of music. You
Oh
commented
gosh,
on this last week to me. No, I'm just saying, you saw the new Drake video for Nokia?
yeah, yeah. I told you. I
Do
said,
you
yeah. He threw
do you
no.
think that he was actually sending shots at Kendrick in that video?
Ye Yes, every aspect of that video was a small part of every visual that Kendrick made against Drake. He just repurposed
Mm.
things and made it in and then put it all in that environment, and it's like, "Yo, now you're playing the game. Now you're playing the game that, musicians and go back and forth and have fun with it." It felt like you weren't playing anymore. It felt like you were just losing. But
I mean,
Drake
because he was.
yeah.
He was.
Right, and so now you're playing
But
the game, but then at the same time, like, I for both of them, move on.
I
Yeah,
gotta say though, man, I know we're looking every single line each one of them says we're looking at stuff and we're like, yo,
right.
was he trying to send a shot here? Like I know there's a scene or there's a shot with him with the owls, and they were like, oh, do you think this is in response to the owl that Kendrick had in his cage or whatever?
Yeah,
Um, I just find it funny that we're doing this now. And it's always been fun. So Drake is notorious for sneak dissing in a way that nobody knows except the person he's talking about, right? Like he's
right,
famous for doing that. That's why people don't
right.
like him. Um, and I don't know. I kind of like that now. Like he can't like I don't want to say he can't do that anymore, but it's like, he's kind of been exposed. People are like looking at all this stuff and saying, yo,
No,
what
they're
are you
gonna
trying to
nitpick
say?
the hell out of them.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Out of him. I mean, again, I agree with you. They both should move on. I just thought this was funny. Um, and I know we wanted to talk about that little baby Rico thing, but I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe someone in the comments can tell us if that has any water. I know him and 4PF,
bro.
something's going on with him, and they're trying to charge him. I'm not sure, but
It's like,
let me know if he's
sorry,
going the
bro.
way of Dirk or not. Yeah,
It's
let me
like
know.
if you
All
are
right.
dumb enough to get yourself in that after becoming a millionaire and becoming a star overnight, then that's on you. I have no sympathy for that shit, bro. Sorry, I almost went a whole 12 minutes without cursing.
It's all good, Joe. All right, final topic, bro. Jovi, you said you had something you want to bring up. Let me know what it is. Talk to me, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I had two things. Big shout outs to Alex Ovechkin. You know, he is now the all-time scorer in NHL history, and he is a cap. You know,
hmm Even though we lost
so
the game,
amazing.
still shout out to him.
Yes, yeah, yeah, shout out. It's incredible. You don't get franchise players like this anymore, that truly spend their career and, like, try to break records and just he seems like a really great guy, and that's it. Like, I love that. I just love that. Like, it
Yeah, bro.
just
He
feels
celebrated. He went to Ballo yesterday in DuPont after he
yeah,
got it. So,
like,
hey, yeah, bro.
and then, Switch 2 is the pre-orders are delayed.
So we can't order them on the 9th.
We cannot pre-order them on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, 2 days. Oh, you wait, no, you're right. I think you sent me. I think you sent me an article saying they were considering it. I know it actually happened. Yes. So yes, if you didn't know, they're delaying the Switch 2 because Japan is trying to weigh the impact of tariffs. So
Yeah.
you gotta wait to
It
pre-order your Switch 2.
it would cost way too much for them to make factories here to, like, build them, and that's not the biggest problem. It's like, there's no chips. You have to ship the chips here, which you would have to pay for every single chip that you ship here. It just wouldn't be worth it, and Japan is already making their Switch to cheaper, but it's region locked.
Yeah, and just so people know, the issue it's not. It's people importing it here are not going to pay for it. Basically,
Yeah.
is what's gonna
Yeah.
like because that's the
Yeah.
way tariffs work. The country and us, we would pay for it. So they're
Yeah.
trying to. So you can't. If they had set it at what was it 449 or whatever,
Yeah.
that price actually they might lose money on that trying to sell it for that price. So they have to increase it proportionally to make sure. So that's all
Yeah.
that's all that's happening in the
No one's
American
gonna
tariff
buy a
war. So
$600 Switch 2 because it's
yeah,
not gonna
we're
be
not going
what
to.
they
It's not
would
going to.
pay for it. They're gonna way overcharge for them.
Last thing, real quick, only thing I want to mention: the Devil May Cry anime came out last Thursday. The third, I believe, was Thursday. Yeah, the Devil May Cry anime came out. It is 8 episodes long, and the English dub is
Yeah.
fantastic. It's one of the
Oh,
best animations I have seen. It is one of the
yeah.
best adaptations I have seen. I'm going to do a full review on it. There is a moment, and Jovi, you should watch it so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
There's a moment in the anime where one of the characters, one of the enemies, the demons, says something about Dante. They say, he is so cool. And I was like, yep, he absolutely is that cool. That's all I'm going to say. We'll talk about it in the review. It was fantastic. All right, that's our time, y'all. We might have gone a little bit over. We'll see. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for watching. We appreciate it. And until next time, we out.
Deuces.